The perspective from a high plateau before descending to Raintree. And here's the plateau area where I'm standing. This is probably the highest point in the trail. If you take this plateau area, there's Fletcher Peak behind those trees. And here's Harris Peak and this ridge I was on last week, ascending to, it's not Harris Peak, it's Griffith Peak. And there's the ridge that ascends to Griffith Peak. If you take a left at that cliff down there, you'll end up on top of Harris Peak. So that's another circuit trail that I need to smooth out. Got bogged down between that cliff area and the south trailhead. So we're going to play around with that in another week or two. Anyway, here's that high plateau, high ridge. And as you can see, bristlecone pines all around us. Okay, so Raintree's right at the base of the toe of Mummy, which is this cliff. We take a right there, and we right about the left side of that first wash that you see, or the right side, where, that's Mummy Springs, I believe, that wash. We're gonna go right up the right side of that wash, right in the center of the screen, and skirt that. We'll be on that tree line. You see a band of trees. When we get to the top of that little cliff area, we're going to take a right, and we're going to start traversing over to the east side of Mummy Mountain, and we're going to cross this wash first. And that's a pretty large wash. I had mistakenly said that was Mummy Springs a little earlier. Then we're going to find a series of 3 washes, and they're right here. You can only see the 2 on the right. We're going to take that one right before the wash on the right, and we're going to ascend up that wash, and there is an opening right in this area. There's that tree line. We go up the opening right in the center, and if we can get to that tree line, there's a beautiful little plateau there. We take a right and then go around the right edge of that cliff right up to the top of Mummy Mountain. But the unknown for me is getting up that little canyon to the base of that ledge with the trees. So we're going to try that. I hear it's the popular route. If that doesn't work, the other route is the right side of this large wash, stay in the tree line, and go right up to the top, take a left, and then up to the summit of Mummy Mountain. So today we're going to try that first, and we'll check out the second later. Anyway, that's the trip for the day. So wish me luck. Well, here we stand, quiet moment, which is very rare, at Raintree. There's Raintree, 3,000-year-old bristlecone pine. Beautiful, beautiful tree. And you can see more of Raintree on the Fletcher Peak page. Here's the toe of Mummy. And here's the trail we just ascended. North Loop Trail. Took us about an hour and 10 minutes to get to this point. Now it'll be interesting to compare that time to the time it takes to get to this point from Trail Canyon. Because that you take a left at Raintree, you see those signs. Take a left at Raintree and you go down to Trail Canyon and end up at this same spot. Well, today we're going to take a right and we're going to go toward Mummy Springs. and we'll look at that trail as we go, and we're going to see if we can ascend the east side of Mummy Mountain. Anyway, here we are at Rain Tree, and once again, a left takes you down to Trail Canyon, a right takes you over to Mummy Springs and to the eastern approach to Mummy Mountain, which we have never done before. We're going to see if we can piece that together. And if you continue up in this direction, instead of going left or right at Rain Tree, you go straight ahead here, you end up at the North Loop trailhead. And just beyond the curve in the trail up there is the approach to Fletcher Peak, marked by a couple sawn off, a log, a tree trunk that's been sawn in half. And it'll be the first tree trunk where you can see both sides of the tree trunk on both sides of the trail there. So anyway, that is our approach. Here come a couple hikers. So onward.